Hi, I'm Scott Rogowsky, host of the live late-night style talk show Running Late with Scott Rogowsky. If you live in the New York metropolitan area, you might have seen me at the People's Improv Theater, the soon-to-be-defunct 92Y Tribeca, or at our new home, Galapagos Art Space in Dumbo, Brooklyn, or at 16 Handles. There are a lot, too. If you live in other metropolitan areas, maybe you've watched our live stream on Ustream, or seen clips of the show on YouTube. Or maybe you haven't seen me at all, which is actually the most likely scenario. Anyway, it doesn't matter. If anything, the fact that I'm a complete unknown to you only helps my case. And what is my case? To replace Jimmy Fallon as the next host of Late Night. As you've no doubt heard by now, mad props to Bill Carter, NBC has decided to move The Tonight Show back to New York City, where Jimmy Fallon will succeed Jay Leno as host in 2014, leaving a vacancy in the late night hosting slot. And that's where I like to come in, and also where you come in. Because this is a Kickstarter video. Gotcha! But wait, hear me out. I'm not really looking for a lot of money. This ain't no Veronica Mars movie. I just need $94.51 so I can deliver an edible arrangement to Lorne Michaels. I was thinking the Paradise Celebration, bursting with crisp pear wedges dipped in gourmet chocolate. You see, I figure if I have even a prayer of landing a late night gig, I first have to land Lorne Michaels' attention. And even though I haven't been able to get my foot in the door at 30 Rock, surely they'll let the edible arrangements guy in. But let's back it up for a minute. Who the hell am I, and why am I the right person to be the next host of Late Night? 1. Experience. For the past 4.5 years, I've been hosting my own talk shows around New York City. For the first 3 years, it was a sports-themed show called 12 Angry Mascots. I interviewed athletes and sports media personalities, got written up in the Wall Street Journal, featured on Showtime's Inside the NFL, but ultimately the audience for a sports show proved too limiting. So, in October 2011, I launched Running Late with Scott Rogowsky, an all-purpose general interest comedy talk show with a house band, the musical guests, and a sidekick, my 63-year-old dad Marty, since turned 64. On Running Late, I've interviewed the likes of Chris Elliott, Rachel Dratch, David Cross and Amber Tamblyn, Judah Friedlander, Michael Showalter, David Wayne, R.L. Stein, Reggie Watts, Big Ange, Jonathan Ames, and my 6th grade crush, Hannah Geller. I've written numerous sketches and monologues, showcased some of New York City's finest sketch actors, comedians, and musical acts, and have garnered critical acclaim in the New York Times, New York Magazine, the Brooklyn Paper, Thrillist, and most impressively, a website called Yuletide Snapper. There aren't many other people who spent the better part of their professional lives training to be a TV talk show host. And for good reason. It's a dying art form within a dying medium. Which brings me to number 2, youth. The whole reason NBC is shaking up The Tonight Show is to court those younger viewers Jimmy Fallon has managed to capture with his contemporary internet-savvy brand. Leno is 63. Fallon is 38. But I'm 28. And if I shaved, I'd look 16. And as everyone from Silvio Berlusconi to Lawrence Taylor knows, younger is better. Finally, number 3. Celebrity, of which I possess a most negligible amount. But that bodes well for me. Conan O'Brien was just a little-known TV writer when he was plucked from obscurity to replace David Letterman in 1993. And Jimmy Fallon was a struggling actor doing Capital One commercials when Lorne picked him to succeed Conan in 2009. By 2014, when that hosting spot opens, my obscurity should be at an all-time high, considering I plan to quit comedy in a couple months to go work on an oyster farm in Croatia. So look, I'm really not asking for much here. With delivery charge, tax, and gratuity included, the large Paradise Celebration edible arrangement will run me $114.85. I'm also throwing in a box of Maynard's Wine Gums, a popular candy in Canada where Lorne Michaels is from. I know this because I used to date a Canadian girl. I figured if she liked him so much, Lorne might too. And he'd appreciate me going the extra kilometer. So the grand total comes to $116.04. But I just got back from dumping my giant jug of change into the penny arcade at TD Bank. Turns out I had $21.53 in there. So now I just need $94.51 to get the edible arrangement. And then, as it stands to reason, the late night hosting job. There aren't any rewards or prizes associated with this because, well, this isn't technically an official Kickstarter project. But if enough money comes in for one edible arrangement, I was thinking of getting a second edible arrangement, maybe the Dove Bouquet with Swizzle Sampler, and we could all split that one. Anyway, thanks for watching. Spread this around. Post it to, your things. Let's get this going. I just need $94.